What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the DFS Quarry channel for another edition of the First Dig show for the NHL slate. For Thursday, January 28, 2021, we are looking at a 14-game slate. I am Joe Miner. You can find me on Twitter at JoeMiner3131. This will be a solo show tonight. So please like and subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to share the video. And don't forget to turn on the bell icon for notifications when we do post another video. Before we get started, you guys need to head over, check out draftdashboard.com. I will put a link in the description below. It's a one-stop shop for all your daily fantasy research needs. Position optimizer, lineup optimizers. They do have a watch player tab. You can actually click on targeted players you'd like to see in your lineups. You click them red, they'll force them into your lineups. Obviously, we're looking at today's slate as it is still going on. Just a 2-game slate here for Wednesday. So, take some time, head over, draftdashboard.com. One low fee, all 4 major sports, everything you need, lineup optimizer, up to 150 lineups. So, let's dive into it. We're going to do something a little different since it's a solo show here. We'll go game by game, quickly break it down, show you some players that I would target if I do intend on targeting that game. So first game up, 7 p.m. start time. Pittsburgh at Boston. Boston's a minus 125 favorite here. We'll start with the Pittsburgh side. Now, if I'm going to go here, it's going to be Crosby and basically that top line. Crosby, Gensel, and Brian Rust being up there on that top line with them. It's a little pricey of a stack, but even at that, I really don't mind it. That's where I'd be going. As far as Boston side goes, which I do like this side better, I like the Patrice Bergeron paired up with Marchand and Ritchie. Now, I know they're not on the same 5-on-5 line, but they do get power play time together. And I like that price on Nick Ritchie at 3.9K. You know, some value there, save you some money. So I wouldn't mind going there. So quickly moving on. Next game up, we got the New York Rangers at Buffalo. This is pretty much a pick'em game here. It's a minus 107. The Rangers side minus 109. These lines I am pulling off of Draftkings sportsbook app. So starting with the Rangers side, guys, I'm still on this second line here. Strome, Ryan Strome at 4,300, Panarin at 6,800. And I seen on Daily Faceoff they have Buchnevich listed on the second line with him. If it is Buchnevich, I like that as well. 5.8K. I'm still on that line. So those would be my 3 guys from the Rangers side of this game. And obviously, moving over to the Buffalo side, the top line is still, where you want to go. Eichel at 7.8K, Taylor Hall at 7.6K, and Sam Reinhart at 5.4K. And just to throw in, if you want to go that 4-man stack, add Rasmus Dahlin to get the power play time at 4.2K for a cheap defenseman. I wouldn't mind doing something like that. Moving on, next game, we have Philadelphia Flyers heading into New Jersey to take on the Devils. Philly is a minus 150 road favorite here. The Philly side, I'm on line 3 here, guys, with Nolan Patrick at 3.6K, Claude Giroux 4.3K, and Travis Konechny at 5.2K. I like that line. Even though they are line 3, they're still getting enough ice time. Drew gets a little bit of power play time as well as Konechny on the second line power play. So I don't mind that at all. If you're going to go there, it's extremely cheap. It allows you to get, some higher price stacks and some better spots. Jersey side here, if you wanted to go here, this is more of a power play stack as well. I like Jack Hughes centering up with Wood and Palmieri. So you do get Hughes at 5.4K, and on that same line with him at 5-on-5 time is Palmieri at 5K. And Miles Wood, they see power play time together with the other two guys there at 4.3K. That's cheap stack. I probably won't get to any New Jersey myself. Next game up, we have the New York Islanders at Washington, taking on the Capitals. We have the Islanders as a road favorite going in, minus 132 road favorite. Starting with the Islanders side here. I do like the top line of Barzell with Everly and Anders Lee. Barzell, 6.3K. Anders Lee at 6.1K. And you have Everly at 5.5K. Little pricey stack, not too overwhelmingly expensive though. And if you wanted to get a defenseman in here to pair up with them, I do like Ryan Pulock. 4.6K. He does see some power play time as well, so that's not a bad defensive play there at that price. Cap side here, it's the top line for me right now until the other guys are back with Backstrom, Oshie, and Verana. Backstrom is 6K centerman. Oshie 5.7K, and did I miss Verana? I did 5.5K. That's not a bad price. It's top line stack. They get power play time together. And Jared and I were talking the other day. John Carlson, obviously at 6.9K, he's never a bad defensive play at all. But Justin Schultz, he's doing a lot here lately for these guys. At 3.3K, it's not bad. He's on that top power play line right now with Carlson and Brana, Oshie, and Backstrom. So if he's getting that kind of exposure at 3.3K on that power play line with those guys, and he's not afraid to shoot, take a shot on Justin Schultz. It's a great price. Next game up, Tampa Bay at Carolina. So far, this game's on. So let's just play it at that. That's how we're going to look at it. We got Tampa Bay as a road favorite, minus 148 road favorite. For me, it's this top line here. Braden Point, 7.1K. Andre Palat, 5.7K. Steven Stamkos, a whopping 8.3K. However expensive, I still don't mind it. And go right ahead. Victor Hedman, one of the top defensemen in the league, 7K on the nose. I'd play Hedman at 7K over John Carlson at 6.9. Carolina side here, I struggled with this a little bit, to be honest with you. I ultimately ended up with Aho at 5.8K. Teuvo Teravainen. Am I missing him? Not sure why he's down here, but Teuvo Teravainen, if he's up there with him, at 5.6K. Daily Faceoff had something totally different, but we'll have to look into that. And defensively, Dougie Hamilton. Hamilton's not quite back to full form here, but we're also not paying full price for Hamilton yet at 5.6K. You know as well as I do, we could see this price rapidly increase, and we could easily see him setting up there around 7K. So the discount at 5.6K for Dougie Hamilton, I don't mind taking a shot there if I pay up that high. Next game up on the slate, this is a game I was high on the other night, guys. Florida Columbus did not disappoint in any way, and I think we could see the same kind of a game going out here again. Columbus, this time at home, minus 117 favorite. We'll start on the Florida side. Again, I think I lean towards the power play stack. Barkov centering up 6.7K. Huberto at 6.5K. I also like Hornquist at 4.7K with that top power play. We go down and also grab defensively Aaron Ekblad at 6.2K. But you could also get Keith Yandel at 5K. Honorable mention. He's playing well. So the savings, between him and Ekblad, it's not too much difference. So Yandel's a fine play also at 5K. Columbus side, guys, it's again going to be the second line for me. Well, they're showing top line here. Uh, Tessier, Alexander Tessier at 3.7K. Um, Boone Jenner at 4.3K is what Daily Faceoff is showing. And Bjorkstrand at 5.1K. And if that's the way that line works out, that's the way I want it right there. Tessier, Jenner, Bjorkstrand. Moving on to the next game. Next game up, we have Calgary at Montreal. I believe this should be a fun game. Montreal is a home minus 117 favorite. We'll start with the Calgary side here. Calgary side is basically the top power play completely for me. It's Elias Lindholm at 6.2K, Sean Monahan at 6K. Both of those guys centering for Calgary. Wingers are Kachuk at 7.7K, Johnny Gaudreau at 6.2K. You can look at defensively, Rasmus Anderson. I believe he's around the 5K mark. 5.3K. Now, I wouldn't play the whole stack like that. If you want to go 5-man stack, whatever. But I'm looking at it like grabbing a pair of those guys, 3 of those guys, maybe go Monahan, Gaudreau, Anderson, or go Kachuk, Lindholm, Anderson, something like that. Just get exposure to, 5-on-5 time as well as power play time. Montreal side here, a little different for me today with Montreal. I'm kind of big on Montreal, but not so much today. Coming up here on this slate, give me Suzuki, centering up 5.7. I don't mind that price for Nick Suzuki. Still ride that Tyler Toffoli at 6.4K as a winger, and Shea Weber defensively. I don't mind his price tag at 6.1K. It was close for me between Jeff Petrie and Weber. I threw in Weber just because their numbers are a little, well, pretty much the same, but Weber gets a little more ice time and he's a little cheaper. So it's a little bit of a power play stack there with Weber and Toffoli and Nick Suzuki. Next game up on the slate, we have Los Angeles at Minnesota. This will start our 8 p.m. start slates. Well, this is the only 8 p.m. game, rather. We have Minnesota at home, minus 157 favorite. Will start Los Angeles side. For me, it's the top line, Kopitar, Iafallo, and Kempe. Kopitar centering at 6.2K, Iafallo at 4.6K, and Kempe winging at 3.9K. And you could also, take a shot here on some defensemen. Good cheap defenseman, Curtis McDade at 2.6K. I don't mind that. Drew Doughty at 5.8. That's not a bad price for Doughty either at 5.8K. So I wouldn't mind either one of those defensemen. Minnesota side here. Nick Bjugstad centering up that top line at 3.6K with Zach Parisi at 5.2 and Kevin Fiala at 6.3. I don't mind that at all. Pretty much where I would go with Minnesota here. Next game up, 8:30 p.m. start time. I was big on this game the other day, and it kind of ended up being like, I believe it final was 2-1. It was a disappointment. But we have Detroit at Dallas. Dallas heavy favorite here at a minus 205. Detroit side for me would be a power play stack with Dylan Larkin at 6.5. Anthony Mantha at 3.8K, and Tyler Bertuzzi at 4.7K. That's pretty much it for me on that as far as Detroit goes. Dallas side, I do like Pavelski and Radulov paired together. Pavelski's price is up there now at 7.4K, kind of expensive. I don't mind Tanner Kero if you wanted to do that at 2.5K, but I'm more on just Alexander Radulov at 6.7 with Pavelski, and also going with John Klingberg at 6.3K. That three-man stack there for me and Dallas is where I think I would head. Moving on to our first 9 o'clock game, we have San Jose, Colorado. Colorado's a heavy favorite here in this at home at minus 245. We'll start with the San Jose side here. For me, guys, I'm really looking at Logan Couture at 5K. I do like Kevin LeBanc at 3.8K. If you want to go with that 5-man stack there, and throw in Ryan Donato at 2.8K, that price savings is great, and I wouldn't argue that at all. But I really want Couture, LeBanc, and give me some Brent Burnsy here at 6.7K. I like that 3-man stack a little better, but I wouldn't argue that 2.8K price tag for top line wingerman playing with Couture and Donato at 2.8K. It's a great price, so I wouldn't mind that at all. And as far as the Colorado side goes, obviously that top line with McKinnon, Landeskog, and Rantanen, it's pricey. McKinnon's 8.6, Landeskog is 7.2, Rantanen is 8.2. It's super, super, super expensive, but I don't think anybody's going to pay up for that. Defensively here, Devon Toews to be a little different at 5.6K is not a bad idea to get you off that 6K Kel McCarr. Either one. Devon Toews is getting that second line power play time. How much of that they actually get, that remains, to be seen, really game dependent. But obviously, this top line for Colorado is amazing. Just to quickly mention, if you're looking for depth, this line 3 of Comfer at 2.9K, Natushkin at 2.5K, and Jonas Donskoy at 3K, man. Look, what is it? 2.9. That's 4.9. That's 5.4. It's 8.4. 8.4K for a third line stack. Not bad at all. Next game up on the slate, 9 p.m. Anaheim at Arizona. Arizona is a home minus 132 favorite. Start with the Anaheim side here. Guys, for me, Adam Henrique, centerman, 4,200. Danton Heinen, his winger, 3,300. Jakob Silverberg, his other winger, 3.7K. And defensively, if you wanted to throw in Kevin Shattenkirk for a power play stack at 3.7K, along with those three guys there, I don't mind it at all. I don't think Arizona is good. Slower, but not good. Not that I think Anaheim is good at all either, but I think out of both teams, obviously Gibson is the better of any of the goalies. So I don't mind Anaheim here, and I don't mind that stack, especially on a big, 14-game slate like this. Don't write them off. It's cheap. Arizona side, power play stack for me, it's going to be Nick Schmaltz, 5.3K centerman. I'm going to put him with his winger, Connor Garland, at 5.4K. And defensively, Chychrun at 5K. Quietly 5K, Jacob Chychrun. So I wouldn't mind that, but I won't be on the Arizona game here, or Arizona side at all. If anything in this game, it's definitely Anaheim side for me. Like I said, I'm just not on Arizona at all. Next game up, St. Louis at Vegas. Vegas again, minus 148 favorite at home. Start with the St. Louis side. I like the second line. Braden Shen, 4.9K centerman, with Jaden Schwartz at 4.0K. And you could throw in Jordan Kyrou here at 3.4K. I don't mind that at all. Or you go ahead down, just get that defense or the power play stack with Torrey Krug at 4.8K. I don't mind that. St. Louis is off to a little bit of a slow start. Granted, Vegas does play pretty tight defensively, so we'll keep that in mind certainly. Vegas side here, for me, I think I'm going to try shooting for this power play stack of Pacioretty at 7.1K, Mark Stone at 6.1K, and Alex Pietrangelo at 6.6K. I don't think anybody will go that route with it, but it's good exposure to Vegas. Some chalkier pieces, yes, but chalky in the same lineup, not really certain about that. So that may be just a little different way to get exposure to Vegas without having the same exposure as everybody else. Well, same stack exposure as everyone else anyway. Next game up, 10 p.m., first of our 10 p.m. games, Toronto at Edmonton. We got Toronto as a minus 129 road favorite here. I like Austin Matthews at 8.4K, centering up with Hyman at 4.3K, and also Mitch Marner at 7.3K. I mean, you can obviously go elsewhere with Toronto, but for me, I think if I'm going to this game, it's gonna be those three. Edmonton side, I like the top line, McDavid, 8.5K with Hopkins at 7.5K. And I really like the savings with Puljujarvi at 4.3K. Obviously, Yamamoto at 4.9K is fine. And the big guy, Leon Draisaitl at 7.5K. I'm not going to argue that. If you want to go to that second line for that pairing, just for the massive savings, I definitely can't argue that at all. Defensively down here, they got some decent plays. Darnell Nurse at 4,500. Chris Russell 2.6K. He likes the block shot, so always potential for the shot block bonus. So at 2.6K, it's fair price. If you want to go back and try the Ethan Bear thing at 2.9K, okay, it just doesn't seem to be working. But who's to argue it at 2.9K? And finally, last but not least, the game that's going on right now as I'm recording the video. Ottawa at Vancouver on the back-to-back. Vancouver home minus 155 favorite. I don't know what's going on in the game right now, but we'll start with the Ottawa side. Obviously that top line still with Josh Norris at 4.8K. I know Kachuk, he's expensive, 7K. Whatever, but still. And then finally, if we go with that top line stack of Drake, I'm a lawyer Batherson, 4.6K, I don't mind that. And I do like, you guys know previous videos, Thomas Chabot. I think he's one of the best young defensemen in the league. Up and coming superstars at 6K. I really like Thomas Chabot. Vancouver side, I'm a little different here. How about a little bit of a power play stack with Bo Horvat at 6.9K? We'll throw in Brock Besser at 5.6K. JT Miller, 5.8K. Quinn Hughes, good young defenseman as well at 5.9K. Both these guys, Thomas Chabot and Quinn Hughes, man, these are future defensemen. These are the Victor Hedmans and John Carlsons of the future right here, I think. Both of these guys. You could throw in Rasmus Dahlin. Ethan Berry, I believe, was supposed to be that. Miro Heiskanen down in Dallas. I mean, there's quite a few of these young guys that are up and coming, but these two guys right here are my two favorite, Chabot and Quinn Hughes. And actually, I like these two teams. I am a Pens fan, but I'm a major fan of Ottawa. I just want to see them guys turn it around. But there you go, guys. Quick breakdown of each game, where I would go, where I'd sort of be leaning. Not necessarily where I'm actually going to end up, but just to give you an idea of if I was going to this game, those games where I would go. Let's build a quick lineup, and then I'll call it a show at that. See where we want to go here. Let's start it off. I kind of want to go back to that Dallas stack again. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Let's go check out this Dallas stack. Pavelski with Radulov and Klingberg. Let's see where that starts us off at here. This should be fine for what we want to do. 4.93. Let's get a goalie in here. Really didn't look to see who was starting. Man, guys, I don't know. Where do you think we should go? Should be Gibson again. Let's go with Gibson. $7.9K. Alright. So now obviously we got to get some value here somewhere. So what are we looking at for some cheap centermen to get us some value? I mean, obviously we could go back to the well there at Columbus again, but if we're building a GPP lineup, let's go with that Anaheim. Let's go with that Anaheim 3-man stack with Henrique. Maybe Dan Heinen. We definitely want Silverberg here, but I wouldn't mind getting that defenseman in there of Kevin Shattenkirk. So let's take a look at that, see how that works out for us. Yeah, much better. So now we got a winger and a utility left with 5K. So basically we could probably get a third team pairing in there. Let's see what we can muster up here for a possible third pairing. I mean, maybe we could get, how about Konechny and Nolan Patrick? See if we can get that in there. That blood is 4.9K. How much Nolan Patrick is? Guess I should probably go to the. Oh, he's only 3.6K. So we could easily do that. Obviously, that's a lot of salary, so you know we could easily upgrade the goalie if we wanted to. Upgrade Shattenkirk defensively here. How much is Giroux? He's 4.3K. So we could go with that. Konechny Giroux pairing. I'd let 600. And then we could see, instead of Shattenkirk, we could possibly go. No, not really anything there defensively I would want from Philly at that price with 4.3K left. Let's go down here. Let's see what we got here. Hronik. There's Darlene. Spurgeon. To throw in Hampus Lindholm. Tyson Berry. I mean, obviously, guys, you get some options here at that. But as far as that goes, I wouldn't mind that for a tournament lineup. I don't think it'll be duped. That's for certain. So, there you go. That's what I got for you. That's where I'm going to let the video end. So, thanks for stopping by, checking out the video, checking out the DFS Quarry channel. This show is the NHL First Dig Show. I am at JoeMiner3131. Don't forget, link in the description below for draftdashboard.com. Click on that link. Go over, check it out. One-stop shop for all your daily fantasy research needs. We do have a Discord channel. I'll post that on the at DFS Quarry Twitter page. Should be on there in the morning. And I'll also put a link in the description. We have a DFS Quarry Viewers Only League. So you got to watch the video, click on the link to join the league. So with that being said, guys, good luck to everyone. I hope all of you finish first, unless you're in a contest against me. Just being honest, I'd rather win than lose. I know everyone else feels the same. So, good night, guys. Good luck tomorrow. Big slate. Let's get it.